Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining Archangel Alts. We're doing a crypto market watch instant insight and just want to go back over a couple of different things and show you what's been going on. And we'll go to the most obvious being Bitcoin in a second. I just wanted to mention that I've been following MITH. We still have, and I forgot to mention this in our last tried and true update. I felt kind of bad. I have IOST and we have a few in OST now that are just a couple of hours old that we're working to clear. And it did a steady drop off. I'll show you in a second. But I do have 1175 and a couple others lower than that in MITH yet to clear. And watching it in the 1030 range, I had mentioned that I was pretty sure that it was going to dip down into the 900s, hopefully before, followed by a recovery. So it's actually, it ends up that it is exactly what it's done. Not that I'm happy about that, but I just want to be honest with what I think it's going to do. And so there it did. And, there's times that I'd much rather just come in and say, hey, I was wrong. Something better than what I thought was going to happen. So what we're kind of looking for is just for it to come back up a third of what it was doing. And, that's kind of where our positions were, is that even with this coming down, we're only looking to get in on this last part of this, the principal of thirds. And that has served us well. I tell you that this is another one of those, like, is the market going to recover, or is this going to be another several weeks of here's a spike and then down, 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 spike and then down, 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 where, it's a very gradual, predictable thing, but just long enough to get you comfortable in this range, and then it keeps going down below that. So hopefully that's not the case, and along the way we're still holding a really good average. So if we have to brave it and last it for even longer, then we'll do so. It's just not our preferred method of doing things. So looking at others of our positions, we came to 197 and it was so nice, and then it petered out there, but it's still, it was holding 184, 185. So the fact that it's still in the 190s, we're pretty happy about. It does cover a pretty wide range, and even though it did come down here, it's still showing the potential for upward movement. So we need it about, just slightly off the map. But let me show you. This has been a very long, slow, steady up with some correction along the way. It seems to me like it's not unreasonable to think that, yes, it's possible that 200 is that point of resistance that it has trouble breaking through. It is just over where we're looking. So it's going slow enough to where we can watch it and see, like, if it really is doing an incredible job through the 195 to 199 range, we might actually be able to get a little bit more out of it. But we don't want to push it too far, because really more than anything about, trying to rapidly grow our own intervals, which we have been doing for a long time, we're wanting to make sure that we use everything as a teaching point and show you a good example of what it is that we do. So happy to see that in progress. It's only been a couple of days. I think towards the end of the 13th, so 3.5 days, 4 days. Let's see. Phoenix, we're always keeping an eye on. Still within the range. We're happy to see it getting there, slow but sure, and that's going to clear up some things that we'll be able to circulate more, and that'll be cool. Starting to, you may have noticed this, we're not protecting, our entire circulation. I was working with just 0.1 and then just kind of really just like 0.09999 and just kind of working with that, put, a single BNB coin in to pay for fees and keep working with 0.0999. Once I got comfortable with the process of trading while talking to people and switching between screens a lot more than I do just for the trading part of things, I've added some of our extra funds back in, still being very cautious along the way and trying to do work in our browser version as we're going as well. So we still just have this one really old position in Raven. We've cleared things along the way. It's not like we went in one time and got stuck. We made a lot of money while we were in the process of that happening. But this goes back to, and I will reiterate this as many times as it takes before we clear. Yeah, that was just before the Bitcoin Cash hard fork back in November. So we have some REQ as well, just kind of going through and looking at important things. Storm has been hovering a little bit stronger than it was before. It was, kind of starting to get stuck in the low 70s, and it's heading towards the 80s again. I think that the 80s is where Storm belongs on average until the market really recovers well. Edgar Allen's favorite coin here is doing the same little bit of correction that others are doing. I'm not looking to have to hover around positions for too terribly long, so we're not really getting in on positions on there for now. The Phoenix is rising. Very happy about that. Yes, sir. So like STEEM, it's not performing really well right now. It got into the 800s, and we're really happy about that. It's kind of hovering around there. So it's, it doesn't have a ton of volume, so it's tough to get in safely in and out. But I mean, it's in a really good position, and our last ones are in the 1200s, which was back. We were in those when. I know you win. Okay, so here's the 8s, here's the 9s, here's the 10s. So we were back over here in the, towards the end of, getting close to the same time last month. Oh, this month can't be over yet. So much to accomplish. Avoid sub, it's getting delisted. Like TNT doesn't mean it's always good for trading. I just, for some reason, I like it. It has the right combination of the value and the pace that it goes. Right now it's really low, so the 24-hour volume is very low, so I would avoid that. Key, if you're looking for the long term, you can probably get 2 positions out of it if you're willing to wait a week. It's really not a bad position for a key. Fun, kind of the same thing, a little bit quicker. Fuel, actually a little bit pleased with what it's been doing. Yeah, it's nice. So we're looking for it in the 330s. We were in it way back. And I say way back, but let's see where the 330s were. Right around here. Oh yeah, that was like July. That was like eons ago. That was actually good for trading right this very second. 900 BTC for fuel. Okay, we're going to add that to the live trading thing for later on today. EOS, not exactly my favorite to trade. You have to move about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you got to move about 600, 700 in order for that to work. And it usually does pretty well. So, I mean, if you like it, that's good. It's a little bit up. This isn't enough correction to get like overly excited about. And I think ONT was one that was slightly up. Well, not anymore. It was in the 1800s, but it's down 2% now. Not really any point in going back over that one. Dock. I like to sit on the dock of the bay, watching the clouds go away. Wait, why is so that I'm wasting time? Nope, not wasting any time. Wasting no time. Basic attention token, or basic attention span, I like to call it. Really interesting project with the Brave browser. Check it out. Arc has been performing well. We like the spike sections that it's been doing. Got in and out with some profit. And now it's doing exactly the same thing that we see OST doing. So not really thrilled about that part of things. But when it's good, it's good. Ion, very happy. We're waiting for it to do that last about 60 points to get us to our clearing. And that'll be really nice. So between Ion and... this is a quiz. What was the other one? Not Myth. Seemed like it was down there. Not ONT. Phoenix. Was it Phoenix? Yeah, between Ion and Phoenix, it's going to be really nice to have that chunk of profits back. I mean, just the circulation alone will be nice, but having the profits that it comes with, even better. Moving ahead. So Bitcoin is just now passing the... Okay, we're done. Number of the beast is gone. $100,668,000 in Tether worth of 24-hour volume. So it is a third of the way there of creating a good market with liquidity. Everything else is going to be a spike that causes a massive dip somewhere else, because you have to take it from somewhere to put it somewhere else if there isn't enough going around. Amen, amen. So 438, we're looking for another 120, 30 to help us with our DNT. And that was going in. Let's see how far back that was. we've been holding, very few positions, but I've got them spread out right now. I'll probably consolidate them when it comes time to clear. But just, I like to do this in case I'm asleep and it makes it to 4:35. And then, I wake up and find out that I didn't get some of those. I don't, I set alerts for just about everything, but I don't always catch everything. So somewhere around, probably in early October. So, it's definitely a hold, one of our few holds. But the good thing about that as a hold is that it's showing that it's starting to correct itself. So, yes, it has a while to go. But thus far, it is not showing any signs of, losing massive value. It's doing exactly what the market is doing as it's correcting itself. So, looks to me like I need to add OST to our favorites, even though right now it's not my very favorite. I'm a little bit annoyed with you because you gave us such hope around this range. Just right on here, it's like in the bottom third, which is kind of where I see the safety net. It looks like it might be coming around again, but it did the same long down that we were showing with the other coin. I'm noticing that the more things I have to juggle, the shorter my short-term memory gets. That's not really a good thing, but it's an understandable thing, eh? I agree. Really, you agree with yourself? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was ONT. Okay. OMG, ONT. So, yeah, final, going back over to Bitcoin, because that's probably the big questions that you have as far as will Bitcoin correct itself. My goodness, 36.83, it's been at 36.85. It's doing like a double up over here, and it was in 37 and 11 cents on the nose. We saw that at 5 this morning. I was still trading, and we were actually still clearing, so that was really nice. Trading and clearing and clearing and trading. So what kind of range has it been doing? Right now, it's like just shy of 100 for the day. That's hopefully and probably the most extreme it'll go. So over here, it was like 36.19 to about 36, not quite 36.7. Well, yeah, 36.19 to 70. It's been doing like $40 and $50 swings from day high and lows. Right here, it was just under 3,600 and just over 36.33. So you can see that going from here, 36.15 up to 37.01 is a big deal. 36.11 to 36.80. So, $30 and $40 days are fairly healthy for Bitcoin. What we want to do is to see it have like a $40 up day followed by maybe a $20 down day, or $30 of up and down, but kind of split towards the middle so that it is making upward progress. If it's shooting up, then it leaves a lot of the it's like waves in an ocean. The steeper the wave from Bitcoin, the shallower some of the important good smaller coin positions are. So you just have to watch out for that stuff. So you can see that this is like this very sharp rainbow arch that I don't like. And that, that's a lot of down. That's, and it's still, a strong coin. People are still trying to buy in. They're not just selling off, they're buying back in. So it's been holding over 1,500 BTC. OST is kind of an important one right now, not just for us, but if you look at the overall volume in the market right now, I'll actually go not to my favorites, but to the whole thing here. So we have Ethereum at 12,000. Really, really, really big deal. It's been really struggling in the 4,000 BTC 24-hour volume to the 7,000, like 4 to 7,000. BNB had actually been sitting at top. Gas treated us really well. That's really cool. Storage had a massive spike followed by a massive fall. OMG, this is to be expected. It just got listed, so you can see how that's going there. You would expect to see, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP kind of towards up here. Not so much. XRP is falling a little flat, sitting below 3,000 BTC 24-hour volume, which it is usually able to keep going. BTT it's made it back up from 23 up to 25. Most people, went in about 1,000 BTC up here. So not sure how long that's going to take. I feel for you, man. And just, Litecoin, the silent wonder, always doing its thing. It had a really good time over here. There's a really good rally that was on last week, exactly a week ago. OST, getting annoyed at you, stop doing this thing. What's your problem? But, it kind of sort of did it over here. And then we got a spike there a little bit later. So that was 850 to 680. And this was 511 to 637. I want to talk about something doing extremes. That's a lot more than the extremes that Bitcoin's been doing. Oh, I guess you're worth a mention over here. So you can see the same spike happening right here. 127 for a coin that has as much controversy going on and not even as impressive volume as the ones that are double it right now. I'm not pro or anti these guys. I just think that they need to not confuse people about the real Bitcoin and the people running its process. Meanwhile, this is always just slightly dragging behind, but doing exactly the same motion as ABC. Technically, they were actually ahead on the hash rate, value, cost, amount of transactions, but because ABC had already been pre-chosen, and yes, they were pre-chosen. Of course, they were pre-chosen to represent the real Bitcoin. That war still lingers on, and I agree with what I believe I understood Richard Hart to say about the situation, because I saw it on Twitter, that the Bitcoin Cash SV is actually calling themselves just Bitcoin SV on Twitter. And I don't know if they did that like literally because, well, no, yes, I do. It's not an accusation to say, the person actually said, I am the real Satoshi. So why wouldn't he be saying we are the real Bitcoin? So it's Satoshi's vision. It's still a fork from Bitcoin, of Bitcoin Cash, from the actual the Bitcoin. Don't be confused by it, but it doesn't mean that you can't trade on this stuff. Do whatever you feel is the right stuff to do. I'm kind of guiding you in what works well for me, and those are what a lot of the examples will be. Juan is looking nice right now. It's kind of headed up for a while. Raven is doing well. It's really, to a T, is mimicking Bitcoin. It's hard to see it because its volume is low enough to where you have a lot of Morse code and binary movement in here. But it's trailing Bitcoin's movements perfectly almost. Nano is just slightly up. We need to see it in the 3600s for it to show a real strong position, and it'll be a while, is my guess. So STEEM, I'm really disappointed to see it down here, but I believe that it has what it takes. We'll see. We're happy we already cleared the majority of our more important positions, so I'm patient about the 1200s that we'll have to wait for. It's not so much that as it is that there's very few projects like MITH and STEEM and Basic Attention Token that are pointing the right way for the ideology for what the next stage of the internet is supposed to be like. So I don't know if it's in good hands or not, but in the meantime, that kind of makes me interested while I'm trading on that. We were forced to take a loss because this is going to get delisted, and I had a feeling that we should go ahead and grab it while it was falling off the cliff. So we grabbed it over here. We watched, we tested, and I decided to go ahead and get out. We were kind of playing with the drama a little bit, but I just, I didn't see it correcting itself. So if you're looking to play with fire, it is, sometime over the next 2 days, going to consolidate even more around here, and then it's either going to shoot down or shoot up, depending on how crazy people are. So I would stay out of it, stay away. Yeah, don't mess with that. Not the greatest idea. And once again, Ion, we're just looking to finish getting back up there. It was so nice. It was at 3,600. It shows up as 360 over here. Here we go. You can see that it was in the fours just a couple of weeks ago, about a month now. Oh my goodness, it's just not allowed to be this far in the month. That's not a good thing. And I'm almost guaranteeing this was 11:14 where the hard fork happened. There's a fork that happened on the Wings is going bye-bye as well. Be careful, that's what this thing is. Yo-yo. It's kind of like the, the silent traveler over here. Because, I mean, it does some really, really, really good movement. So I need to remember to keep an eye on that more often. Yes, I do. So I'm going to say that's it for Market Watch right now, just looking at positions and what all the different coins are doing. When there is bigger news going on about specific projects, we'll incorporate that too. But also, I'm going to be working on a series. I cannot remember if I've already done one of them yet, but we're going to do a segment where we just look at specific coins and talk about their projects. And, it's not meant to be all-inclusive, but, just general brushing over special interest on each coin and the kind of things to watch out for. Things to be curious about, reasons that you may or may not want to do, small, longer-term investments in some things that you believe in. And while I'm talking, it looks like the bit that is the coin is working its way towards 3,700. Maybe that will be a sign for some of these things to start clearing, huh? I would like that to be the case. Wake up, OST. We're counting on you. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Thank you for joining Archangel Alts Crypto Market Watch Instant Insights as Bitcoin is headed towards 3,700 very quickly. Let's go ahead and watch it do so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How hard is it going to push against that point of resistance? It's about to do it. And there it is. And now it's going to go faster. Yep. And 37.4. And it's Bitcoin going to the top of the screen, leaving all the others behind by 52 point something % of the market. And OST is going down. We're not real happy about that. But ONT is also already down, so we're not happy about that either. 37.05. Very cool. Takes millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for it to do that. It's amazing. GTO is now getting pumped. ARK is holding strong. ENJ. So I'm curious to look at these guys while Bitcoin's doing its thing. In fact, you know what? We're going to go ahead and stay with this segment for a little bit. I'm going to get the... yeah, wow. You go. You go. I'm going to get our scanner running in the background. I want to hear the hilarity of things that are in and out of sync with Bitcoin. This will be quite entertaining. It's going to take a few minutes, though. You know what? Nope. This gives us something to keep watching as we're trading. So I am going to go ahead and make this the conclusion of Market Watch Instant Insights. God bless you guys. See you very soon for the other segments, some news, and then some live trading. Archangel Alts out.